Hey Sage, how are you?
Hi, Christian parents. Can you hear me?
I was expecting a guy. This is not a guy. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't planning to speak to you, to be honest.
All right.
However, I've spoken to some people here before, in a few occasions, and they did sort of encourage me to speak to you. So I decided to
You're welcome.
uh,
I
bring you
I
out, I suppose.
I hope I will not be harsh with you. I hope. Are you a Muslim?
Yeah, I am. I was more so also just fearing like completely misrepresenting the some of the beliefs in my religion, but
Okay.
I have tried to sort of research. I do have specific scholars that I follow.
Okay.
And yeah, like maybe some views won't be completely orthodox, but I would say that some of my views, at least, are backed by scholars and research.
All right. So what do you want to say to
But
me? Go ahead.
I don't really like, I don't have a particular topic in mind. I was just told to speak to you regarding this thing you were discussing of Mary. I mean, I think I'll have to look back at the verse specifically, but I'm pretty sure the belief is that it wasn't Allah Himself, but was it an angel? And it was sort of like the ruh was blown because obviously for us, like Allah blew the ruh um, to us, when we were born. So, sorry, when we were created. So yeah, essentially, since she's a virgin, that was how
All right.
Jesus was sort
So
of created.
let us make it simple. When Allah He breathed into Adam, is that the angel He breathed into Adam?
Um, I have no idea, actually, to be honest with you.
All
I
right.
don't really know how they
No problem.
explain the
I'm
blowing.
just trying to help you. So when Allah
Okay.
He breathed into Adam, what He did? What?
Hello?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. When Allah He
Oh,
breathed into Adam, what He did exactly by breathing?
I mean, I'm not sure if it's a literal kind of thing or if it's just sort of like how we're meant to understand it is, God gave us this soul when He created us.
Okay.
And, I don't necessarily take everything in the Dahir sense of like, okay, He literally blew, because I don't think God, necessarily has these specific attributes that are like, human
So
like.
are you saying Allah He did not blow and He's lying? He should use different
No,
word?
I don't know if it's meant to be understood in such a literal way, is what I'm saying.
It is.
Like it could be
You
more
see,
metaphorical.
my friend. Listen, I appreciate maturity, and I feel like you are a mature lady, and I want to speak to you with respect. I don't want to stress your time and my time.
Okay.
If the Quran says Allah nafakha, that is nafakha. There is no other two meaning.
Mhm.
So when we say, I don't think Allah He blew like me, who care? Maybe He have a big mouth. Maybe He have a small mouth. Maybe He have a long tube in His mouth. We don't care. This is not the question. Allah He says nafakha, that means He breathe and He blow. So when you say I don't think, you're just trying to make it because you feel like it's an embarrassment to say Allah He breathed. And I don't know why you say that, because you Muslims always you try to hide the reality about your God, for it's going to expose the nature of this God. So if Allah says breathe, who gave you the right to say it does not mean breathe? If Allah says I blew, who gave you the right to say He did not blow? Is it Muhammad says that?
Um, Again, as I said, I'm not affirming any position. What I'm saying is, of course, when we think of nafakh, it's like we'll think of someone with human attributes, like like physically, literally blowing with their mouth. And I don't think God operates in such a way. Like
How you know? You see, if this
because
is
he's nothing, because he addresses himself as well, like one of the basic, I think, creeds in our religion is like he's like nobody, like nobody's like him, like la
okay,
ilaha illallah.
let me tell you something. I have a bad news for you. Nothing like me too.
Huh?
Nothing like me too, and nothing like you too.
uh yeah, but we're human, like God isn't a
If we
human.
as a human, nothing like us, each one of us is unique. Even we have different fingerprint. Even we are billions of people, still every one fingerprint is different. Every one DNA is different. Even twin, they are not the same. So saying that, and by the way, this is from the Bible. The Bible says nothing like God. But this doesn't mean that this is about God is blue or not. This is about God. He is the creator. About God, He is all powerful. About God is all knowing. About God is eternal. About God, He is the things a human being cannot share with God. But when we talk about Allah, He blue. I mean, what's wrong with that? But because you Muslims are afraid, you are terrified, so you fabricate interpretation for the Quran. And when Allah, He breathed into Adam, I ask you, what Allah did exactly? Did He create Adam by the breathing, or He create Adam by the mud?
No, the breathing was so basically he created Adam through like through clay or no, through mud. But the breathing is the soul, the ruh. So that's done after the
Exactly.
creation.
Okay, the soul of Adam came from where?
From Allah breathing a part of His, I believe, His ruh
Wonderful.
into Adam.
Okay, guys, Allah, He breathed, and then when He breathed, a soul came out. But isn't that mean that inside Allah there is a soul? Especially the Quran says, نَفَخْنَا فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِنَا. Correct? From our...
Yeah.
Okay, so Allah, but according to Islam, Allah don't have a spirit, and He is not a spirit. Is that correct?
I think this really does. I mean, I'm just a lay person. I can't really like give you a complex explanation of this, but I think I'm sure scholars have touched on this. It would be absurd if they haven't. Like the concept of the soul in Islam. I mean, I don't know that much about it.
But you know this with me. I mean, you are trying to not to give me an answer. You know this with me.
Like, I'll be honest with you, Christian Prince. This is a topic.
You know Arabic. You know Arabic, right? You know Arabic.
I know a different dialect to like I speak Moroccan, so
no problem.
It's not like.
But you know how to read the classic Quran, right?
I can read it, so I don't understand every word. Sometimes
no
the
problem.
words are a bit different.
I will help you. فإذا سويته ونفخت فيه من روحي. Okay. You see the Muslim translation, they lie. They took it off. It doesn't say He breathed into him from His spirit. It says He breathed to him soul. That's not what it says. It says min ruhi, from my ruh. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when the Muslim they say it is not one of the attribute of Allah that He have a ruh. What they are lying, the Quran say the opposite. So
sorry, what verse is this? What surah is this?
This is here, chapter 15, verse number 29. 15, 29. Okay. So in the translation, they took off from my spirit. Why? Because that will make Allah have a spirit. So what we do, we lie, and we are not going to be truthful about our belief, and we delete what the Quran says so we can implement a meaning which is not there. And that is what is corruption. In the Quran it says, يُحَرِّفُونَ الْكَلِمَ عَنْ مَوَاضِعِهِ. They explain that as they fabricate meaning. They don't even change the location. Even the literally it means change location. But the Muslim they say they fabricate the meaning of it. Okay, so corruption is given a meaning is not there. And if the Quran is written in a clear Arabic, and Allah He says from my soul, why we lie? We say it doesn't say so. The answer is very simple, because that will destroy all the idea of Allah, who is supposedly nothing like Him. And you mentioned that already for me as an excuse. You use it as a weapon of fight. But Allah is like everybody. You have a mouth. You have 2 hands. You have 2 legs. You have 5 fingers.
I think the ruh is something that is like created by Allah and then blown into Adam. So it's not like directly like part of Allah, but it's like He created Adam and He created the ruh. But
you see,
maybe I have to look this up more.
You see, your name is Sage. I'm saying the name correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sage, listen. When I say I think, is that a new religion?
I'm speculating because I haven't looked at,
No,
I
you
haven't read
see,
about this.
we cannot say, I think, he thinks, she think, Christian Prince think. It's not up to
I
me.
completely agree. I agree. Yeah,
Okay, it's not up to me,
I'm
it's
just
not up
coming
to
from a
you.
place of
So we cannot say,
ignorance on this
if Allah,
topic.
he did not say, from a soul I created, he said, from my soul. So, in fact, when you say that, you are just destroying Islam again. Because when he say from my soul, and then you say to me that when he say my soul, he's talking about created soul. So this is how it is his soul. Cannot be. Because if I create a soul, this is not my soul. This is a created, if I say I created a Christian Prince, can I say my Christian Prince? No. So if Allah is a creating soul, and then he called it my soul, that means he is using the wrong Arabic term. He should not
It's
say my
logically
soul.
sustainable to say that he can still call it my soul because it's a designation. Everything belongs to Allah. He makes this clear in the Quran. Like we are His servants. We are also His creation. So it makes sense. He can still call it my soul. It's still His. Right?
If there is anything Allah he says my beside my soul.
Uh, like us people, we are His.
No, you
So He
see,
says
no,
you
no,
to.
no. This is not the right answer because I can say, okay,
Mhm.
we as a human, I say my TV, my bed, my house, no problem, right? But when we
Yeah.
speak about God, and here he is not talking about something physical. This is not physical. This is not an object. It is a soul. And when they ask your God about soul, what he said? When they ask Muhammad about soul, what Muhammad
About
answer
Muhammad,
was?
I'm not sure what Muhammad says about this.
He don't know. He told them, it is from the command of my Lord. But this is not the
Mm.
question. They are asking you about the soul or the spirit. You say to them, it's from the command of my God. But this is not the question. They ask thee, Muhammad, chapter 17, verse number 85, about ar-ruh, the spirit. Say, the spirit descend. Do you see the word descend?
Mm-hmm.
Where it says descend in
Oh
Arabic? Where it says descend in
no,
Arabic? Where it says descend in Arabic?
I thought you meant in English. No, I don't see the Arabic.
You don't see the Arabic?
I don't see the word descend.
See, they lie. Why they say that? Because they have to fabricate other words to fix the problem. For they are not asking him anything, they are asking about the spirit. And nobody's asking you it's from the command of the Lord or not. I mean, those people, they knew supposedly that Allah is the one who created everything. What is that? Allah supposedly he command everything, not only the spirit. What is this?
Well,
So,
I don't want to.
yeah.
I cannot say anything on this because I think it demands a more comprehensive analysis of the ruh and
Yeah,
looking at
but
it
you,
from an
but you
Islamic
see,
perspective,
but you will
not just one
see,
verse in the
but
Quran.
but you will see that Islam is based on he said, she said, not about what Allah said. If we go by what Allah said, you will find there's no way to get around this. In order to get around this, we go to Ibn Kathir, Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, and they start fabricating things in order to duct tape what the Quran is saying. When I ask you, when Allah he breathed a spirit or a soul, did he create Adam? You could not even answer. Let me make it simple. When Allah he breathed into Adam, is Adam alive now or dead?
I don't understand the question.
Okay, Allah he breathed into Adam.
Yeah.
Now, a second ago, is Adam now is a living being?
Mm.
And what?
I think the soul thing happens when they are still a fetus, from my understanding. But since it's Adam himself, I don't know exactly because he's the first person. I don't know how that would have worked, but
Is
I
it
don't think.
true? Is it true that Allah was so slow when he breathed his spirit into Adam? To the point Adam was worried and he asked Allah to finish him before the sun set?
Is this a hadith narration?
Absolutely.
Well, it depends on the narration. I mean, is it something like Abu Huraira type of narration?
You see, anything we say is depend. You have funny say,
Because
you know,
it's just
like
some of these narrations,
no, no.
they
You
can be
see, no,
quite.
you see, this depend is just a way to get around the embarrassment, because if Allah, He is God, and now He breathed into Adam, and
Mhm.
now, so what the breathing did, if Adam is not created yet. So what he did, and according to the Muslim, the bend, by the way, I like the bend. So the bend in the Muslim interpretation, and according to Muhammad, who said that story to the Muslims, that when Allah He breathed into Adam he said to Allah, because he noticed that it's so slow, and Adam was so worried that Allah will not finish him before the sunset. Now, the story have too many. I mean, you are a nice lady. I don't want you to feel offended.
Mhm.
But if I say it's stupid, I have to say it. I mean, So the story is stupid because how Adam is just in the process of a creation now, and he knew about the sunset. The guy, he never saw any sun hit. So according to here, listen carefully, and this is Ibn Kathir. You see the screen?
Yeah.
All right. Ibn Abbas mentioned the story of Adam when he wanted to get up before his soul reached his feet. When his soul was breathed to him, it entered his body from his head downward. When it reached his brain, his knees, Hatsu! And he said, Alhamdulillah. Look, Adam, he speak Arabic right away.
Mhm.
And then Allah said to him, May your Lord have mercy on you, O Adam. And when it reached his eyes, he opened them, blink, blink, blink. And when it reached his body and limb, he started staring at them in wonder, like, what the heck is that? When he wanted to get up before it reached his feet, but he could not, he said, O Lord, make it happen before the night comes. What do you think about such a stupid story?
I think that tafsirs are interesting because sometimes they can be very useful in giving us actual genuine historical context or like linguistic context.
Uh-huh.
Um, but sometimes they can just be like what's the word? Like interesting stories that don't really have any basis, and it's just like to give the some verses of the Quran like an interesting kind of like a narrative. And I believe this
But
might be
but
one
uh,
of them.
but yeah, but you see what you just did. You are talking about tafsir, but you forgot this what your prophet said. From
Well,
Salman al-Farisi, from Ibn Abbas, which your prophet named to be the one who explained the Quran. This is not Ibn
yeah,
Kathir. This is not Ibn Kathir saying that. Ibn Kathir is quoting what Ibn Abbas said, what Salman al-Farisi said, what Muhammad said, explaining what happened. And you, in order to get
yeah.
around it, you say, well, tafsir sometimes is useful, sometimes is not. Well, no, it is useful because now we understand what Muhammad is talking about. Obviously, he's talking about something very specific that
Well,
Allah, he don't create, which is proving that Allah cannot be God. Why is taking so much time, and why Adam is asking Allah to finish him before the sunset?
okay, so I want to ask you one thing. This has been preserved within the tafsir tradition. Is it also like within any like hadith compilations, or is it just
Absolutely,
a
this is a
tafsir thing?
no. All of this was originally is a hadith, and then the
As
one who,
in,
yeah, the one when I
can we
explain,
find this preserved in any of the current compilations of hadith, or is it just within the like the tafsir corpus stuff?
okay, hold on. You are asking which books of hadith you mean?
Yeah, if we see something of like
Yeah,
this anywhere else, the story.
but do you think Ibn Kathir is going to quote something is fabricated?
Sorry, are you cutting off? Can you repeat your question?
I'm saying, do you think Ibn Kathir he will quote something is fabricated?
No, I believe that these traditions, like within tafsir, but also I guess within hadith, you can say to some extent, they do like okay, so they have like the isnad, right? But we can't really confirm for a fact that this definitely was narrated by Ibn Abbas. because it's a later development that came like after. So
All right.
you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I understand that you mean nothing because you are just trying to go around the embarrassment. Here we go. This is the hadith you are asking for.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the front of your eyes. And this is Sahih, as you see. This is أخرجه الترمذي
Mm-hmm.
والبزار وابن خزيمة في كتاب التوحيد etc. And it says إنه صح وثبت بالإسناد الثابت الصحيح. Do you see it?
Yeah.
It's authentic. So
So
and here is let me be sure first that this is the exact hadith. Okay. Oh, actually, this is not the exact hadith I'm looking for. It should be down here. Give me a minute. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. لما خلق الله آدم ونفخ فيه الروح عطز. You see it? You see it, Sage?
yeah.
And it is Sahih, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So this is very authentic, mentioned by many scholars, and it is very authentic. But look what happened here. Allah is in the process of creating Adam. Allah, He made the mud. Allah, He dry Adam as a mud for 40 years. 40 years after He made the mud as a statues, He let Adam to dry. And now, after 40 years, Allah, He breathed into Adam. And then, after breathing, still Adam is not created. So, what Adam is saying to Allah, finish me before the sun set, there's something else Allah need to do?
Mm. So I think instead of like trying to analyze this from a like try to really sort of logically dissect this, I think we just have to be very honest. And first of all, you're making the leap that this is definitely something that the Prophet taught. So what you're doing is you're affirming the sort of like you're affirming that the Hadith sciences are infallible, which I think is not necessarily the case. Just because it's been graded as Sahih by the traditional scholars, it doesn't necessarily mean that the Prophet actually taught this story. And
Is that the solution now, guys? So they are saying that the Muslims, they are a bunch of liars. They say that the Prophet says that for sure, it is authentic, but that does not confirm that the Prophet says that, because we Muslim, we lie. So why you Muslims, all of you agree it's authentic if it is possible to be a lie? So now, because it's an embarrassing, and we cannot refute Christian Prince in what he just asked us.
no, it's not the embarrassment of it. It's rather
No, there's
when you look at
embarrassment.
like
No, there's embarrassment, because that means Allah did not create Adam yet. Look, He's saying to him, finish me before the sun set.
okay, so
So what Allah will do?
I think
Allah, He made mud. Allah, He breathed into Adam. Adam is complaining. He is worried that the sun will set and Allah cannot see.
but Christian, it's just that if we look at historical scholarship, like a lot of historians have sort of shown how you do have this tendency within some traditions within Islam, like in the Hadith and in Tafsir, of either sort of folklore kind of narratives being constructed, and Tafsir is like a big literary genre, and also within Hadith you have borrowing from some Jewish traditions, Christian eschatology. So yeah, I believe that some of these narratives are definitely a product of like a specific milieu that isn't from necessarily the Quran
Okay,
or
I want to
Muhammad's
go with you.
teaching.
I want to go with you. Based on what you said, that nothing in Islam can be trustworthy because the Jews, according to you, corrupted Islam. The
No, no,
scholars,
no, no.
yeah,
You're
you just said
simplifying it.
you just say,
Simplifying it.
you just said that there's many things they took even from the Jews, which is not a true. And I just showed you authentic hadith. You are saying to me it is not a true, possible to be not a true. So what is a true in
No,
Islam then? How we can know
no, it's
what
not about
Muhammad?
nothing.
If there is any
It's
source, if the hadith which it says authentic by many
yeah,
many scholars, you are throwing it under the bus saying it is possible to be false. So now how we can trust anything in Islam if the most authentic one, it's possible to be false? And this is your excuse.
actually, okay, I'll tell you. Um, so it's graded as sahih because traditional hadith sciences, right? They will analyze the chain, isnads, as you know, and from that they'll say, okay, this is like these narrators here are reliable, so yeah, we'll take this, we'll accept this narration or whatever. But again, like that doesn't, because a lot of historians can attest to the fact that a lot of these isnads are not necessarily, let's just say, authentic isnads, and there is
Agree?
the possibility of some of these isnads being back projected, obviously, like later down the line. So the
Okay.
best approach, and a lot of Islamic, like more modern Islamic scholars are doing now, is they're doing the meta-analysis first, and they'll say, okay, does this contradict? Does it line up? Alongside the isnad analysis, but it's not just okay. The isnad is strong. We don't have to now we have to accept it, because even actually, like, even saying the isnad is strong is very subjective, because of I think they have like the whole biographies and they do the ilm
All right.
rijal,
I will go
but
with
it
you. You
falls
see, your excuse
failed.
now is destroying Islam because now, as scholars, they will come 200 years from now, they will say the scholars who agree with the hadith today, they are wrong.
Yeah.
Because now everybody can delete everybody and look like the more we are far, the more we are far from Muhammad, the more we know about Muhammad, which is very funny because the Muslim, they say to us, how you accept the Bible of Jesus when it's written 40 years after Jesus, but now you are saying to me we accept a scholar about what Muhammad said and what is authentic, even though he came 1,400 years, and then the one who was in the time of Muhammad, like Al-Farisi and Ibn Abbas, are invalid because we don't know really if they say that or not. So now all the source and the resource of Islam can be invalid, including the Quran. Isn't it the Quran itself is collected in the same way of the Hadith?
The Quran is collected in the same way. I'll get back to your first point and I'll get back to this. I wasn't saying that, but I think the issue is that do you not agree with me that now that we do have better access to more rigorous methodologies and epistemologies to analyze things like historical analysis, like hadith? Yeah, but I believe we can get closer to the truth because I believe in scholarship. And I don't think the tafsirs, I think the issue actually is that we're treating tafsirs and hadiths in the same kind of with the same kind of reverence that we do and authority as we do with the Quran. And we have to make a clear demarcation, because the Quran is meant to be like the word of Allah for us, and the rest is meant to be sort of like fallible people's,
But isn't it the one who they deny the Hadith today, according to you, they are fallible people too? Are they human too? So look what you are
I don't
saying to
think
me.
I don't think
No,
hadith
no.
should be denied. I don't deny hadith. I just think that
So
scholars
okay,
need to
so as long you
treat them
cannot,
one by
lady,
one.
lady, as long you
Oh.
cannot defeat this Hadith, the Hadith is accurate.
So, I think this is the issue now. We have this black and white thinking of you have to either accept al sahih or you have to reject hadith, and it's like, no, you treat one
No,
of
no,
them
no. I'm not
one by
saying
one and
no.
you
Okay, no
analyze them.
problem. I'm going with you. I'm being very
Okay.
friendly with you. Do you accept this
Okay.
Hadith? Can you prove that Hadith is false?
This one, I mean, I have to obviously maybe look it up and figure out if
Okay.
there are different
All
variants.
right. Okay.
Is it
Is
mutawatir,
the is
stuff
the
like that.
is the Quran is false?
The Quran is not false.
All right.
No, it's
I'm going to go with
it
you
was
right now. In 2 seconds, you will see the Quran is false. But you will not say
false.
that. You will say this is your understanding. But read with me. When Allah He created Adam, did He breathe into him or He said to
Oh
him,
no,
be?
not this again. I don't know. I don't know anything about souls and breathing, to be honest.
How old are you, if you don't mind to answer?
I'm 24.
All right. You're old. Sorry. Okay. So
Okay.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Thanks.
All right. So in the Quran, in chapter 3, verse number 59, it says, the similarity of Isa for Allah is the same as Adam. He said to him, he created him from mud or dirt, sorry, and he said to him, be, and he was. Do you agree with this verse?
Yeah, I will affirm all the verses in the Quran, of course.
All right. I will give you 5 minutes to think. Which one Allah did first? He breathed, or he said be, and he was? And let me go and make a cup of tea if you don't mind. All right? Is that all right? I will give you 5 minutes to think. Think carefully. Be careful, because the answer is going to be really very
I
damaging.
just think that these matters about the creation, there is an element of like Allahu Ya'lam, like we obviously cannot really know for sure.
Okay, guys,
how
I
this stuff
just asked her a
happens.
question. She said Allah knows best.
On this stuff, because I think these things
I
we
mean,
try
okay,
to see
hold
them through
on.
our
It's
flawed
Allah, He
human
gave you the
lens.
story of Adam in details, how He created him. I
I
mean,
affirm what the
okay,
verse is saying,
okay.
but I can't explain it to you.
Okay, let me make some tea because I'm losing my voice. Is that okay?
You can make some tea, definitely, yes.
All right, give me a few minutes, please. Just I will put the water in the boiler. It doesn't take long.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, sorry for that. I'm back. You hear me, Sega?
Hi, yeah, welcome back.
All right. So you said only Allah knows. You know what? I will help you. There's one of two options. Either Allah said this before He made the mud and He breathed, or after. Do you agree?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
If you want to take a very literalist understanding.
You see, you are being sneaky now. What is this?
No.
I mean, there's no other options. There's no other options. Either before He made mud and He breathed, or after. There's no other options. Come on.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'll take that, yeah.
Okay. Which one you like to start with first? He breathed and He made mud and then He said be, or He said be and then He breathed and He made the mud? Which one like?
I think maybe like intuitively it would make sense that He made the mud. Breathe? No, wait, hold on. I mean, something like that, maybe. And then said to be.
Don't tell me something like that. Give me an answer.
Maybe the breathing was part of the process of speaking to be. I mean, I don't know.
But still have to be, which one first? You agree with me already. You see, you are trying your best to avoid to give any answer. You are scared. So
I need to look
Allah,
up what my
He made mud. Do you remember I said to you that Allah, He made Adam and He left him as mud for 40 years? Now, if I show you the hadith, you will say to me, this hadith can be a lie too. In order to avoid the embarrassment. Okay, so obviously the mud issue and the breathing is taking time. Even the hadith I showed you, it says He finished me before the sun set. So if Allah said be before He made the mud and He breathed, so what the point of be? Nothing happened. Still He need to make mud, still He need to breathe. So the word be is useless. Allah did nothing. Correct?
I wouldn't say it's useless. I just don't. Okay, I really need to look up what my scholars saying about this. It's a very esoteric thing.
Your
in my
scholars
opinion.
cannot answer. Your scholars cannot answer. You see, I'm speaking to you in a very, very, very. I'm considering you like my sister. All right, and I'm being very friendly with you. Usually, I don't have patience to people who want to play games with me, because what the scholar. I mean, even this one need a scholar. So, if Allah, He said in the Quran, is Muhammad a scholar?
Hi, Christian, you've cut off.
Is Muhammad a scholar?
The Prophet Muhammad, is he a scholar?
Yeah.
He receives wahi, like he does. His anything about Islam, he says it's perfect.
Are you sure?
About Islam, yes. Maybe on personal things, he's fallible.
Well, I can show you endless things he said about Islam. You Muslims, you will never accept it. But anyway, Muhammad
whatever he said that was wrong, Allah corrected.
Allah corrected. So, okay, that's mean Allah he intervene if it's wrong. Correct?
Um, I think that's my understanding. I hope I'm not misrepresenting the faith, but I believe that from my reading of the Quran, I believe the case.
Okay, let us go together with you. So if Muhammad he said something wrong, Allah will correct him. And the hadith which is authentic, if they are wrong, Allah will correct the Muslims too. Your prophet he says, my nation will not agree upon something wrong, which means the majority of them, if they agree, it must be true. It must be right. Now, when the Quran says that the similarity between Isa and Adam, he is created from dirt. Is Isa created from dirt?
From dirt or from like
Dirt.
from mud? You mean
Dirt. It says in
like
Arabic,
dust?
it says, it's not
Okay.
even dust, it says turab. Turab is dirt.
Oh, trab.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's in the Quran as well.
Lady, I'm showing you the verse in front of you. I'm saying, did
Okay.
Allah create, focus with me, Allah created Isa from turab?
Um, I would say yes.
How? The only person is
Well,
created from turab is Adam. The rest is a reproduction. Chapter 25, verse number 54. وَجَعَلْنَاهُ نَسَبًا وَصِيرًا. So the Quran confirmed that the only person who is created from soil is Adam. And after that, everyone else is a reproduction from sexual relationship. If the sexual relationship by marriage, it is approved by Allah. It is, if it is not by marriage, it's just a creation. And this is a chapter in the Quran. So now we know that only one person and his wife, they are created from dirt. In fact, Eve is created from the ribs of Adam, which we not dirt no more. But anyway, when the Quran says that everyone is created from water, and that water is the semen, and that semen, when it's mixed between the semen of the women and the semen of the women, because the Quran falsely teaching that women have semen, but all of us we knew that women have no semen. That is false. So this semen which is mixed is going to make either lineage from marriage or just a creation. So now it's confirmed from the Quran that anyone after Adam is created from sexual relationship. But we know that Jesus was not from sexual relationship, and I guess you agree with me, correct? All right. Same time, he is not created from dirt. The Quran says in chapter 4 verse 171, that the Messiah, he is the word of Allah thrown down to Mary, and he is a spirit proceeding from him. Is that correct? All right. So the Messiah, before he become a man, he was what? A dirt or the word of Allah?
The word of Allah was that the second option you
Okay.
said?
Let me repeat again. The Messiah, before he become a man, was he a dirt, turab, or he was the word of Allah?
So for the turab thing, I think you were right to correct me because I assumed that we were all made of it, but I think you're right. It was Adam and we descended with his descendants. But the word thing, I mean, I think everyone. It's not just people. Like Allah says, all His creations are from a result of His spoken word. When He says to be, not just Adam, but I think the world, the earth itself, and the heavens. So yeah, He would be a part of Allah's creation. And the water thing, is that talking about sperm? Are you sure? Or is it just talking about the fact that all living?
This is about semen, because Adam isn't created from water. Adam created from mud. In fact, the verse I'm showing you.
Yeah, but mud has water as well.
No. This is turab first. There's no water. The mud is just to shape, to reshape, to make the dirt, like stick together. But then your God, he dry Adam for 40 years. You remember? He dry Adam.
But
So
why
now,
do you assume the water is about talking about semen? Is this like an assumption, or is it attested to? Because the way I think
Okay,
some.
okay, hold on. You see, when we say things, we cannot say it of our own. This is what your religion. So, if I type the word ma in the Quran, we will find that this is mentioned many times in the Quran. It's all over the place. However, the Quran make it clear, and the Hadith, that when we speak about a human being creation, we are talking about semen and semen only. No other options. There is no other option. Adam is not created from water. He is created from dirt. But if you read with me here, chapter 32, verse number 8, it says that we made his progeny from what? From ma'in mahin. That is semen. Do you see it?
I don't know. I think from some like Muslim content that I've consumed, I mean, don't quote me on this, but I think it's just the fact that all living creatures are made up of water, right? It's like a scientific fact. So that's what it's referring to.
Scientific fact of what? Say again.
How like all living things
No.
are fundamentally made by water.
In fact, this is contradiction, because according to the Quran and according to the Hadith, angels are created from light, and shaitan or genies are created from fire, not from water. So not every
As in
living
the,
thing. Yeah. So when the Quran says, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ, we made it from water every living creature or creation, that's false, because this is a contradiction to the Quran. Is Jibreel created from water? I did not hear you. No. So this is a contradiction. Is Shaitan created from water? No.
but
Correct?
I don't know. I think it's that they just have a different essence to like.
No. You see, make it simple. Why you want to go? You are using words is not there. Just to, I don't know why. I advise you, if you want to really find the real answers for anything. We are not here trying to, like, I will lie to you and you lie to me.
No, I agree. Yeah.
So let us, so when I say, and you are the one who mentioned that to me, Allah created everything from water. Did he say everything?
What did he say? Kul shay? Or
Yeah.
I can't remember what word was used.
Yeah. Everything created from water. So did Allah made a mistake?
I think it's just like referring to living things, as in like creatures like humans, animals.
You see, what you try to do, you say, I think, he think, but the Quran says clear words. من الماء كل شيء حي. Every living thing. He did not say the living thing there and the living thing there is different. He said every. Kul, you know what kul mean?
Yeah.
Okay, what kul mean? Can you translate for us?
Kul.
Yeah, what kul mean?
Kul is every.
Every. And every mean every. So why you are saying to me maybe he meant maybe etc. Every is every. So when the Quran says, when the Quran says, we made from water every living thing. In fact, Adam is not made from water, and you agree with me already. You said he is made from turab. The water is not part of his creation, because when he mixed the mud, and he dried the mud. There's no water. That's it. 40 years ago there was mud. Now there's a statues. 40 years. Even Shaitan, according to your prophet, excuse my language, he entered the mouth of Adam, and he came out from his anus because he's totally dry, and he looked at him and he heard that he's empty. So he said to them, to the angels, don't worry about him. He is empty, not like your God, which means Allah is a concrete, which is very funny. But when Allah, he says, he made it from the water every living thing, this is a very false statement, because we just saw in the Quran, chapter 4, verse 171, that the Messiah, he is the word of God, or Allah, sent down to Mary. What is the water? Where is the turab or dirt? Nothing. Is the word of Allah is water? Is the word of Allah is turab or soil? No. So the Quran is messed up. It cannot be the book of God, because this book cannot even handle its own words. It's a mixed up all over. So when either Jesus is the word of God sent down to Mary, or Jesus is dirt made by mixing mud and then he breathed into him. Which one? And as long he confirmed that every living thing is made of water, well, Jesus the Messiah, he was called the Messiah before he was a man.
The way I would probably see it is something along the lines of, if I had to adhere to this kind of like literalist interpretation, and stay loyal to that, I would probably say something like God spoke Jesus into existence, to be, that is, and in so doing, the whole like ruh thing happened, and he was blown into, the soul was blown into, that sort of kickstarted, his what's the word again? His being, his real, and he's made up of water because he's a living being, or he was a living being who was made up of water. I think we're 70% living creatures are 70% made up of water.
Okay, but you see the story of Jesus is different from your story and my story. When the Quran says that every creature after Adam is created from water, and this water is specifically semen, and Jesus is not created from semen and have nothing to do with semen, then Jesus was the word of God sent down to Mary. Where was the process of Jesus being water? Is that the semen? Remember, the semen here is what we are talking about, not water as liquid we drink. And your prophet, he explained that to us actually, and he explained how a human being is made. And he's not talking about Adam now, because Adam is the first one who is created from turab, and we showed you the verses. So the second we type the word ma, or ma or rajul, or ma or mar'a, you will see right away Muhammad, he make it clear that the second we mention the word water, it is about semen, and semen only. So look what Muhammad, he said. Let us find you the hadith. The Messenger of Allah said, the water is the man water is a thick and white, and the women water is thin and yellow. Whichever of them comes first, the child will resemble the parents. Is the water here is semen?
It sounds like it.
Okay. So now we know what a human being is created from. What is it created from? Water, which is semen, and Adam is created from turab. Going back to the Quran, where Allah, he says,
well, this is This is different because just because the usage of the word ma can be used to refer to semen in this narration, it doesn't mean in the Quran it's referring to it, right? It's a fallacy.
Okay, you see, when a Christian prince he says something, it's a fallacy. When you're
No.
okay, but when you're scholars, they say that is it a fallacy?
Um, even the scholars like have different views on things. Like they're not always going to be right. So it depends on.
So Islam is a different view because they have different Quran and they have different God, and everybody he view as he wish. So now we can keep talking me and you about anything, and the easier answer, well, there's other views. So
Oh, I mean, there's
so
consensus on many most like important things.
so what we are talking about?
This thing about Matt, like I speak,
I know, I
Arabic.
know. Okay,
It's a word we use
we
like,
have
on
to
a daily
agree. But
basis.
we have to agree to a point of understanding. So when I say to you what the Muslims understand, not what the Christian prince understand, I say to you, this is
Yeah.
about semen. You says to me, not necessarily. But the scholars they say it's about semen. You're scholars. So what we will do now?
Okay.
So if you're scholars, here we go. I will open it for you. All right.
Mhm.
My screen doesn't even fit for more browsers. All right. So I forgot about the tea, by the way. This is what I do always. I'm like Muhammad. I forgot. Oh boy, I made tea. I forgot about it. Anyway,
Go get
so
your tea.
it's okay. You're right. I'm trying to open it. It's taking time to open. I don't know why. But you can open it from your side, maybe. Until it's open here. Here we go. I gave you the link.
Good. Okay.
All right.
I'm on my phone, so hopefully it works.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah.
Let us try again. For some reason, it says the site cannot be reached. I'm not sure why. Why is that? Weird. But anyway, if you go there, you will see it says من ماء مهين قال ضعيف نطفة الرجل. Do you see it?
Wow. Who said this? Was it which scholar?
This is Tafsir al-Tabari.
Okay.
I copy for you the word. You see it in Arabic? You can search it exactly. And you will see it says that this is what? This is the semen. All right? All right.
I wonder if there's like a unanimous kind of consensus thing that this is about semen, or if it's like ikhtilaf kind of based. Because
Well,
I don't know what other scholars say on this.
okay. No, other scholars, they agree. You know? You see, other scholars, they agree. So it's not like one person say so, the other person say no. So this is what the scholars they are saying, and I'm showing you what your scholars are saying. We can go to Ibn Kathir, you know, and then here we go. This is Ibn Kathir. I will show it to you in Arabic. We can go to the English one. This is Ibn Kathir, and this is the official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. من ماء مهين, it says يتناسلون كذلك من نطفة. Do you see it? تخرج من بين الصلب الرجل وترائب المرأة. Do you see it?
Yeah.
And here there's another stupid thing in the Quran, because in chapter 86, verse number 6 and 7, claiming that the semen of the man, which is creating the baby, is coming from the backbone, and women have semen coming from her ribs. In fact, the upper side of the chest. Do you know that?
I know of this. I know it's controversial.
It is controversial. I like
all I
that.
can say is
What
that
do you mean? What do you mean controversial? Like, hold on.
I know, as in a lot of people who, don't believe in Islam will raise this as an argument. But
This is an
I know
argument?
there are
I'm not raising
people
an
who,
argument. I'm not raising an argument. This is what your book's saying.
yeah, as
Okay.
in to say that the Quran
So-
was scientifically incorrect, right?
It is incorrect. It's obvious. I mean, first of all, do women even have semen?
Hi, you cut off again. Sorry.
Do women even have semen?
No.
Okay, so the Quran is wrong. And this is your prophet. Look, your prophet, he explained the Quran too. The man water is thick and white, and the women water is thin and yellow. Whichever of them comes first, the child resembles the parents. We know that this is absolutely false, because who care who comes first? Who care who comes after? And what water of women have to do with the baby? The women, she don't have a water to make baby, she have an egg. And your prophet, he is speaking about what? He's speaking about the water she see coming out of her private part when she have orgasm or when she have an intercourse. So again, your prophet is a false prophet. For this
Well,
is
this
a
doesn't make him false prophet because, as I said, he's only infallible. Like when it comes to giving us revelation, and when he speaks of the religion, this is his own. This is different. We know that there are hadith that are unscientific, like claims like eating cumin is like gonna cure every disease and stuff like that. So this is a product of its time,
okay.
scientifically,
So
biologically speaking.
what I take from you now, you say this is his own interpretation, correct? Understanding.
It might not even be from him, but if it is from him, that's okay as well.
So you are saying he gave a wrong understanding.
About stuff like this, on biology, that is okay, yeah, because he could be wrong on these things.
All right. But I have a bad news for you.
Okay.
Muhammad, he made it clear that the one who said that to him is Jibreel. So you cannot say the excuse you gave me is absolutely invalid. The
Did
Jews
he?
came, they came to Muhammad and they said to him, we will ask you 3 questions. No one knows the answer for them save a prophet of Allah. You see my screen? So here we go. When the news arrival to the prophet in Medina reached the Abdullah ibn Salam, which is supposedly a Jew, he went to him and asked him about certain things. He said, I'm going to ask you about 3 things which only a prophet can answer. So this is about what? This is about a person guessing, he thinking maybe, no. This is only a prophet, which means he have knowledge from Allah. Muhammad, he said to him, continue, what is the first sign of the hour? What is the first food which the people of paradise will eat? And why the child attract the similarity of his father or his mother? The prophet replied, says, Jibreel has just now informed me that. So can you say now Jibreel, he informed him false information?
No, you can't say that.
All right. So the prophet is a false prophet then. Because he just confirmed that the information he gave, it is from Jibreel. So regarding the discharge of the women, if the man discharged first, proceed the discharge of the women, the child will resemble the women. If the man discharged first, proceed the women, it will resemble the father. This is Jibreel.
Yeah.
So your excuse about Muhammad making mistake, maybe he's just a human being, not educated, he don't have degrees in biology, is gone with the wind.
Okay, so this is a narration you just showed me. So I haven't ever looked it up. However, I definitely can say that there is this thing within Hadith sciences and within the Hadith corpus of, and I'm sure you've seen it because you obviously go through Hadith quite a bit.
This is the Bukhari. This is al-Bukhari, and this is authentic. And even this one, we want to play games with it. So now, guys, anything I show them, there is there's agreement, disagreement, agreement. So what this religion is about? Where we can find? Listen, Saga. Where we can find your religion? Which book?
Okay, so regarding this thing,
again, I'm asking you seriously. Where I can find the answer about Islam? This is the most authentic books for you Muslims. And when I show you what is the most authentic, you play the game of it's not authentic maybe. It is possibly, it's not what it says. It is possibly not true. So what is the point of me and you talking then? Because anything I will show...
No, I was going to say for this something different. I was going to say that there is this tendency within the hadith, like the compilers and these sort of early scholars, what they used to do is they would get like different narrations, like stuff like this,
It
right?
doesn't matter.
And
All of them
sometimes,
they agree. All the hadith they agree about this. It says Jibreel, he said to me. All of
yeah,
them.
yes.
Okay. So now, as long all of them agree that it says Jibreel said to me, will that mean Muhammad did not make his own opinion? It was not him trying to be, okay, let me try to answer them. And remember, the guy said to him, this is a question nobody knows, save a prophet. So this will confirm the prophethood of Muhammad. This is not a question about normal things. This is what will make the man believe Muhammad is a prophet. For this is only a knowledge can be given from God. This is what is meant. Only prophet can answer them. Not only doctors, not only engineers. And look how silly the questions. What is the first meal? What? This is an answer a prophet will get. And okay, and then I mean, and then when the guy he agree with him that this is the correct answer, well, that's mean Abdullah ibn Salam is a prophet, because he said only prophet of God know the answer. If Abdullah ibn Salam he knew the answer, that means he's a prophet too. So you're a prophet. When he mentioned this story, he is being a fool. So if somebody came to me, say Christian Prince, only people who have a PhD know the answer for this question, and then I give the answer, and he agreed, that means he himself have a PhD. Do I agree?
Yes.
Okay. So the guy said
But
only prophet know the answer. So how he knew
I
the
haven't.
answer?
The things I haven't really expressed my issue with this. So what I was going to say was that this is something that has repeatedly sort of been demonstrated. That was sort of like something that the compilers did. I'm not sure if it applies here, but I'm going to give you a possibility, and that is you had like a lot of narrations being tacked on together and like interpolations happening. So it doesn't mean these are the direct, exact. Even if this may have been transmitted accurately and reliably across history, it doesn't mean this is exactly what was said. There could be further interpolation. You know the very famous hadith about like women being the majority hellfire dwellers, right?
You
This is
see,
something that I found recently, but
you see, I'm calling you sister, and I want to keep
yeah.
it this way. But you are trying to get my nerve, because anything I show you, which all Muslims agreed upon, suddenly you say to me, the Muslims don't agree upon. No, all the Muslims agree upon. This is why this is very authentic. And every single hadith is saying the same. And you can check them out one by one. So
So for this hadith,
stop saying to me, some they say, there's different. No, it's the same. All they agree in the same thing. 3 questions, 3 answers. The guy agree with him. And Jibril told me. So
do you
the
know what someone like, for example, Sheikh Albani would say in relation to this hadith? Because
Sheikh
I haven't looked it
Al-Albani,
up.
first of all, Sheikh Al-Albani is a potato. I challenged him to debate me before, long before he
Yeah, I
died.
mean,
He ran away.
but you know, like
He is
they
no,
affirm.
listen. You see, you Muslim, I don't want to be rude, but I mean, how even dare you to mention to me Al-Albani? We are talking about your prophet said, and this is
No, I'm not a
authentic,
fan.
recorded by Al-Bukhari. Who is Al-Albani? This guy, he used to go to Paltalk, and he's a womanizer. Who is this guy, Al-Albani?
No, I'm not a fan of Albani. As in, what I'm saying is, I personally reject that this is a narration. But he's someone who would accept it. I'm curious, out of my own curiosity, as to how he justifies it because it's clearly unscientific.
Listen. It's clearly unscientific. But the Muslim, they have no problem with unscientific for centuries. Now it's not accepted, so we try to find a solution for it, because it's obviously it is a lie. It's obviously it is a fraud. But because before people are ignorant, they don't know if this is true or not. They take it, they accept it. Nobody discuss how stupid it is because they don't know. But now, because you know that this is false, you try to find a solution, because either you say Muhammad is a false, or you have to try to put a knife in the back of this hadith and say this hadith is not trustworthy. People, they lie. This is not true. And this is what you are trying to do from the first second you enter here. You are trying to go around all the evidence I showed you. I showed you
Christian Prince,
Quran.
is it not natural that after 200 years of the Prophet dying, then you have people trying to narrate things that they kept
All
after
right,
200 years?
I
There
will
will
go
be
with you. I will go with you. The most popular Quran is the Quran of who?
Okay.
Hafs, correct?
The most popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hafs. Hafs is
Yeah.
200 years after Muhammad.
But it's okay. This is completely different now because Hafs is like all Quran were like memorized by everyone. Like they were mass transmitted. Like they were actually like mutawatir rather than these traditions that don't have any
No, no,
like
no.
mass transmitted basis.
You have many Quran. And the most important thing that you Muslims, you keep saying that Hafs was a liar. All Muslim scholars, including Al-Bukhari,
A liar.
a liar, absolutely. كان كذاب وغير ثقة. You know? So if your religion says, your scholars they say that he is a kadhab and he is a liar and he fabricate hadith, how we can trust him to give us Quran if this guy is a fabricator? So here we go. This is your books. This is your reference. Read with me. Al-Bukhari, Al-Tarikh Al-Kabir, variant number 2, page number 363. Read carefully here. It says, عن علقمة بن مرثد وعاصم تركوه حديثه متروك. You know what متروك mean?
Matruk.
Yeah, rejected.
Oh.
Totally
Wait, where
rejected.
is this?
Yeah, this is Al-Bukhari, Al-Tarikh Al-Kabir, variant number 2, page number 363. حفص بن سليمان الأسدي أبو عمرو القارئ عن علقمة blah 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 blah. He said his hadith is متروك. Alright? Al-Bukhari التاريخ الصغير, variant number 2, page number 233. He says he make a munkar hadith. Not only it is bad, it is disgusting. Alright? This is the one you recite the Quran from him. 200 years after Muhammad.
I mean,
Al-Bukhari الضعفاء الصغير, page number 35. Saying the same. تركوه. They reject him. This is why you will not find one hadith from Hafs in the book of hadith. Because he's a big fat liar. If I search, I mean the reference is Lindis. But let me search for the word كذاب. كذاب. Let us see how many times the word كذاب is mentioned.
11.
وقال ابن خراش كذاب متروك يضع الحديث. He is a liar, he fabricates hadith, correct? Is that true?
I think that if this is something that the Al-Murrajal kind of evaluation, has sort of decided, we can say that your reliability in hadith transmission isn't going to speak for your reliability in Quran recitation, because with hadith there is a greater incentive to lie in the name of the Prophet for legitimacy.
I graduated from law school, and if I can prove that a person is a liar, his witnesses is not accepted anymore in any case, for he is already proven to be a liar. All right. So how I can reject him in less important issue like the hadith, and I accept him to be truthful in very important issue about the Quran?
Well, in the Quran, you can't really lie. Like, how are you going to be able to gain from the Quran? Like, what is he going to do? Change like the diacritic?
Okay,
Like, put a custom of a
you see, you don't understand. Okay, I will show you something. And you can try your best to play the game with me like the cat and the rat. You know?
Well, I'm not playing a game. I'm just thinking about it. I
You
didn't even know about
you
this.
are. But anyway, I consider this as a very interesting conversation between me and the Muslim women, because your prophet, he said, Muslim women are stupid. And you are trying to be smart. I'm not insulting. It's your prophet says. And this is why your witnesses in the court is not
Where did he
accepted.
say that?
No, I'm not saying that. The Quran says that.
It doesn't say we're stupid. Right?
No, it says stupid. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, guys. It doesn't say stupid. Okay. Did your prophet says naqisat wa aql?
Yeah, he
Okay,
did.
what
It doesn't
not-
mean stupid.
What naqisat mean?
like I said, reduced.
They have reduced brain?
No, it's not saying reduced brain.
No, it says ناقصات عقل. عقل. What عقل mean? Brain.
It's a reduction of your testimonial kind of
What testament?
obligation.
Did your prophet say the word عقل?
Yeah, the aql. Okay,
You
like
see,
it's
you're just.
about.
I mean, you are doing your best to fabricate. It says aql. They have defect. Defect in what? In their brain. The Muslims even try to fix it. It's in front of you. It says naqisatu aql. You can go right now.
The
You can
testimonial
go right
rights.
now. You can go right now to dictionary. You will see aql mean a brain.
Yeah, okay, I know what the word aql
Ah,
means, but okay, so the Quran says that we are half of a man in terms of like our witnessing capabilities, right? Testimonial capabilities.
to make it
So,
simple, did your prophet accuse you that you have a lack of intellect? Yes or no?
no.
Can you read for me?
Where are we? Yeah, so ناقصة you know how it's funny? ناقصة العقل والدين. Why are we falling in religion? Why we like they're both talking about very specific things. Like we have reduced let's just say we have a reduction in our obligations in testimony and in religion. Like when we're menstruating, we don't pray, we don't fast, we
What
don't
does
go to the
have to
mosque.
do? What does have to do with intelligence? You don't fast because your God He forbid you from fasting when you have your period. It's not you who choose. Allah said don't fast when
Yeah,
you have your period.
yeah,
So
yeah, we don't.
how that make you stupid? If He is the
Oh,
one who
okay.
forbid you, listen. I have seen none lacking on common sense and failing in religion. What is common sense to you? Is that the brain and intelligence?
I'm just reading this. Sorry. So the way that my scholars have interpreted these narrations
The way
is
here is
such.
scholar, I mean, even this one need an interpretation of a scholar. You read Arabic, you read the English. Why I need a scholar? The Prophet says so. I mean, the scholar will add something we do not know.
Because Christian Prince, you can't just as a layperson read something and think you definitely understand it. You need someone who's knowledgeable in the context, the history, the language, the principles of like
Lady,
hermeneutics.
lady, lady. This is all is false excuse. In fact, 90% of your scholars don't even know Arabic. And they are not Arab. In fact, Al-Bukhari himself is not an Arab. In fact, Muslim himself, Sahih Muslim, is not written by an Arab. All your religion have nothing to do with the Arab, and only thing is have to do with the Arab is the Quran and Muhammad. All the fabrication of Islam is made by non-Arab. So let us fake us here. The women, they will go to hell because of what? Because of the lack of their common sense and the intelligence. Is it true?
Okay, I agree. There is a lot of sexism, right? When you read this, I
This is
agree.
not about. I'm not talking about. Don't take it the way this. In the West they take it. This is not my topic. Did your
Okay,
God accuse you, saying that the majority of you will go to hell because you
my
have a
God,
lack of intelligence?
no. I've like I said, my
What?
scholars have systematically analyzed
You
these
see,
hadith.
she keeps
But
saying to
you
me,
haven't
my
given me a chance
scholars.
to
No, no, no. You
explain.
see, I'm wasting my time because you keep saying to me, my scholars. I show you what your prophet said. It looked like you don't follow Muhammad, and that mean that
Mm.
you Muslims are kuffar, because
But
the
you know
Quran
for a
says
fact.
no. The Quran says they took their monks and rabbis as God instead of Allah. So I show you what Allah says. You say to me scholars. I show you what the scholar says. You say the scholars make mistake. I show you what the Prophet says. You say it might be wrong. I show you what Hadith says. Muhammad says. He says the scholars they give interpretation. Let me
You're
show
not
you
showing me
again.
what Muhammad said word
Hold
for word.
on.
You're telling me what a
Did your
compiler.
did your prophet he said lack of intelligence? Yes or no?
No.
Guys, she said no. Did she say no? She said
So, can I please
she
just give
said
you a basic rundown of
she said no.
this
No,
hadith?
no. Did you say no?
I said no because I want to explain to
All
you.
right. No, no. You even this one read. What she asked him, a woman, she asked Muhammad, what is the deficiency of our religion and our intelligence? So now intelligence have interpretation and explanation. Muhammad, he made it clear that the women, they have deficiency. Is that your case?
Can I speak?
Go ahead.
So the Quran, first of all, it gives us the fact that we are half of a man, in terms of our testimony. And then the hadith, remember this, the
Why
Quran
you are
preceded
half of a man? Why you are half of a man in case of a testimony?
Well, this was in the context of dealing with contracts. And back then, women were not, culturally as a patriarchal society, women did not do business. They could not have the same ability to testify when it comes to financial transactions, commercial transactions. And, so it was
So
obviously like,
if I borrow from somebody $10, a woman at that time, she need to have a PhD and she had to be graduated from Oxford University so she can say, yes, I saw him taking $10. Are you kidding me?
if it was the domain of men, it's natural
So
to.
why you take all your religion from Aisha if Aisha is the one that's major source of the hadith? Aisha is stupid. She cannot even remember, according to you, if a woman, she cannot remember at that time. It's you who said that. I like it when the Muslims, they say at that time. So at that time, women, they were stupid. They cannot even handle to see, to witness somebody borrow money from somebody, so they will lie. The Quran says, so if one of them forgot, the other one will remind her. So the Quran accusing women at that time that women, they have a bad memory, which means they are stupid. In fact, according to science, women memory, when it's come to details, is way better than the man. The man don't remember what he ate. The man, he don't remember what he did in the morning. You take a woman to the party, go with your husband to a wedding party, ask your husband what the bride was wearing, he don't know. He don't remember. Ask him what they serve on the table, he don't remember. Ask the female, she will tell you what earring she was wearing, shoes colors, the brand of the dress, the purse, the perfume. What all women, they have a memory of details. So Muhammad here, actually, he showed us that the man, he have deficiency in his brain because he's saying you will go to hell. Why? Because they have deficiency. But let me ask you, if a woman, she have deficiency, is that her fault or the fault of her creator?
She doesn't have the deficiency.
It says that in front of you.
No, that's the interpolation.
This is not interpretation, this is the hadith.
Yeah, it's the way. Okay, so I was gonna say hadith came. So the Quran preceded the hadith, and then the hadith.
Lady,
a lot of
sorry, so I
narration.
cannot continue with you. Sorry, you are just wasting my time. You are just being a snake. Sorry. I was speaking to you with all respect, but you are just being a snake. Zero ethic. It doesn't say, guys, I mean, how long I will have patience with those liars? Lie after lie, duct tape. I mean, Walmart is out of duct tape. This is your Islamic website. This is your translation. And this is your prophet talking. And it says deficiency. Is it me saying the word deficiency in intelligence? No. She said this is interpretation. But the funny, she is the one who said, let us see the interpretation. But this is not even interpretation. This is the hadith as it is. This is Bukhari and Muslim. And this is the Arabic. They love to lie. You show them reference after reference. Obviously, the one who made the Quran is an idiot. Everything we spoke about proven to be false. Jesus was not created by saying be, and he was. The Quran, when he says in chapter 4, verse 171, that the Messiah is the word of Allah came down to Mary, he is copying the book of John. Chapter 1, verse number 1. In the beginning it was the Word, and the Word was with God. And who is the Word? God. In verse number 14, and the Word became a flesh. That is Jesus. The false prophet Muhammad, when he prophesied about how the baby is made, and we showed her the reference, she said, well, he's, mistaken me, as a man, like, that's not God saying that. When I showed her that Jibreel said, what she said? Oh, there is many, narration for this hadith. All of them, they say the same. I mean, a sneaky snake. I showed them how authentic it is. I showed them reference after reference. I forgot about my teen just to show her. I was being so polite and so patient, hoping that she will have a little dignity for a second. As the Lord said, let the dead bury the dead, and those are dead people. Those are dead people. I show you it says intelligence efficiency sage, and you say to me it doesn't say so? Do we have shame? If this is a Christian Prince translation, they will say, okay, Christian Prince is lying. If this is written by a Christian Prince, if this is transformed by a Christian Prince, they will say is lying. This is all your books. And here you see, by the way, how stupid Muhammad is. Because why women, they will go to hell? Because they have deficiencies in the brain. That is not even just. If I have deficiency in the brain, should I go to hell? No. It's not my fault. If Allah created me, according to Muslims, He is the one who created us. Stupid. So why somebody, he made all the women based on the gender only. The women, they have deficiency. And you will notice when the women, they start giving their earring, all this from Muhammad is about what? He want to take their bracelet and their earring, give it charity. Hold on. So those women, they will go to hell, and they are bad, and they have deficiency in religion and intelligence. But if they gave earring, they go to heaven? Can you believe it? The scam of Muhammad. So if those women who will go to Muhammad is telling them, you will go, I saw the majority of you are the dwellers of hell. So what the solution? Give me your bracelet. Give me your rings. What? Isn't it this is what all the scammers they do? A second ago, I will go to hell. After I give my rings and my gold, I will go to heaven? Like, instead of saying to them, repent, okay, if they have lack of intellect and intelligence, how even you can talk to those people? They are stupid. You should ask Allah to fix it for them. So obviously the Quran and the Hadith and Muhammad is mentally ill. All cult leaders, they focus in few things. Give me money, you go to heaven. They will go to hell because they are bad. And what make them bad? Because they have half a brain. Allah, He forbid them from fasting because they have period. But this is not their fault. You forbid them. What you say to them, you can fast. How the man is better than the women in this case if you are the one who forbid them from fasting or praying during the time they have their period? Who is stupid here? Obviously Muhammad. How I can punish somebody because he's stupid and I made him stupid? Obviously the one who said this, he himself is stupid, and all what he want is to take their money. As simple as that. The second you give the money to Muhammad, you are going to go to heaven. And suddenly, everything bad about you is gone and wiped by Allah. This is the truth about Islam. And he commanded Bilal to collect their bracelet and their earring and their rings. And now those women are going to be in heaven because they gave their earring. Obviously, I'm going to donate tomorrow to Muhammad, and then I will find myself in heaven. Easy teasy. Anyway, I'm glad that this lady, she joined us today. It is a great example about how sneaky they are and how decency and Islam don't work together. I'm not insulting you, by the way, but this is what you did. You can leave your comment and tell me if I'm judging her wrong. I showed all reference which is proven to be authentic from her books. What she do? She played the game. She give me blah 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 blah. Authentic can be not authentic. Authentic, yes, authentic. In order to make the concrete liquid. In order to dismiss the evidence, which is their books. However, Sage, listen. If you go to Patreon, sister, and you donate to me, I will say to you, you are right. Let me play like Muhammad for a few days. What you say? If you donate for me your earring and your rings, I will bring you here in the stage and I will say, listen, you are not lying, you are right, I agree with you. Be sure the earring are big. Just be sure. What a religion.